I knew when I took my shahada, I was a single woman. The likelihood of me marrying someone from a different culture is most likely going to happen. Um, I didn't plan to meet Taff. It was very organic and very natural.
And I had no
We
idea.
were 4,000 miles apart, and
You'll see why.
I'd been a Muslim. I believe I was probably in my second year of practicing as a Muslim, and I was on this. You know, I was sort of in the pits. Let me just be really honest. I wasn't really happy with men in my life. And so as a single woman, I'm like this strong, independent woman. And I was really looking for evidence that there were some good men left out there. And along comes him in my feed on social media. And
There was one fact that really kind of caught our eye, but I'll keep you in suspense.
Oh,
I'll make a long story short, but we basically I friend requested him and started following him on Facebook and
then we became friends, and you carry on. Sorry, you carry on. Yeah.
We became friends on Instagram. So anyways, I'm following him, and he was posting such motivational, inspirational things all the time. We both did a lot of humanitarian work. At the time, I was a successful photographer. I ran my own studio in America for over 10 years. So here's this brother on a hike, and he had this
and here's the thing.
Professional Canon camera around his neck. He's taking a picture, and I'm a photographer, thinking, okay, mashallah, here's a brother who's doing humanitarian work. He's posting great stuff. He is got a nice camera on his neck.
And the camera, by the way, was only bought about 4 weeks before this. Seriously.
So
I just kind of thought I need a hobby of something, so I bought a camera. I thought, yeah, I could do with some photography.
I sent him a friend request just because I wanted good people in my circle. I wasn't looking for marriage at the time, but I actually thought he was such an incredible brother. I said to myself, I need to go find his wife. She's got to be amazing. And so I went searching through all his friends. Where's his wife? Where's his wife? And I'm thinking, oh, he's hiding her.
Typical guy.
He's hiding his wife. She's nowhere to be found. It was pretty funny. So needless to say, I dropped him a message one day just to say, I slid in his DMs. He did not get into mine. And I told him, I just want to say thank you for being so inspirational and posting such great content. It's really inspiring.
And then when she did that, I went like this. Oh my God, I think I've been catfished here. So I sat on that for 3 days.
He did.
Brothers and sisters, 3 days.
No response.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, he didn't respond to me for a few days. So needless to say, I mean, Taff and I are really big believers that you can find your soul partner anywhere. You can find them on Instagram. You can find them in a grocery store. You can find them at the mosque. You can find them anywhere. The thing is about our story that was really beautiful is Taff and I are both grandparents. Both of us have adult children. Both of us had been divorced. And so we had such similar, and we also had spent almost a year doing healing before we met. And without us realizing it at the time, we were working towards becoming the ideal partners for each other. We had done so much work that I would have never recognized what a great man he was or brother he was. Had I not elevated myself to the level I was at. And he would have never recognized me. So that work,
that's the key for us. That
really led us to each other.
And we always cover this when we speak about this publicly, or even when we're doing sessions, is that, the extent to which you do your personal work will actually be the ceiling for the person that you eventually meet. Right. So the more you put the work in, your expectations and what you can expect will be a lot higher. It's just the way things work. People, I mean, she would not have seen me had it been 3 years before that, for example, because my energy was down here. So we always give this, like if you look at this, if I'm down here, she's up here, she can't see me because she's looking at this level and I'm down here, right? But as soon as I raise my level, we're on the same level now. We can see each other in that sense. So it's about how we raise our personal energy, in all aspects, physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual. And when we look at those areas, the pies, physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, when you look at those areas and you keep strengthening those energy baskets what happens is your state, overall state is raised, your well-being is better. And the better and stronger you are, you know, your own personal expectations become higher even.
Okay, I picked up on something that I wanted to ask you about. So it seems like there was some transformation that took place individually, that took you from your energy, as when you described it as being here to there. Was that a conscious? Okay, so was it a conscious thing? Did you decide I want to do this? And if so, like how did that come about?
You go first. I'll express.
It was
myself.
definitely a completely conscious choice. Taff and I were not looking for marriage when we found each other. Matter of fact, I think we were both a little, I don't want to say allergic to the idea of marriage, but we were not in a place where we were looking for a spouse. Hence why when I found him, I was looking for the wife, not to determine if he was single or not. Matter of fact, I didn't even think about marriage probably till a few of our conversations in, and I realized we were both single. And I had this moment like, did God just send this man to me, or did I, so like maybe I need to explore this. So definitely was intentional. We really, because of our journey and going through so much heartache and so many challenges, sorry, I just had a call come in. We had so many challenges that we had to take that time to really truly heal. And I never in a million years thought that I would be in the position I am now, married to an incredible man, but not only that, but then doing the work where I'm sharing this how to do with others. So this is something that's really interesting, no matter where you are in your love journey, especially if you're single, it can feel really daunting. And I really want to say this is true from my heart. You do not know what God has in store for you. You do not know what's around the corner for you. I had never traveled in my life. I didn't have a passport. Taff and I lived, on other sides of the world. We had one mutual friend. I couldn't even have imagined the life I have now several years ago. It would have been like a fairy tale. And this is what, if I had not done that work to raise my level up to feeling confident about myself and happy about my life and satisfied with what I was doing as a person individually, I don't think I would ever have gotten here. So but add to that.
And
I know for you, it's
for
definitely
me,
intentional.
I mean, when I had to leave my home, let's say, I went to live with my eldest son, and I slept on his living room sofa for 4 months. So I had this sports holder with just the clothes I could get, and I was so living at that small back. But 4 months into this, I'd say it was a depressive state. So I was depressed. And I remember very vividly one morning the sun rays were coming through the curtain, and this thought crossed my mind that no man should ever experience what I'm experiencing right now. I've been there, done it, marriage, children, home, everything. But here I was sleeping on his sofa. I didn't have any belongings apart from those few shirts and trousers I had. And that was a changing point. I said to myself, I cannot continue like this, and I must stop feeling sorry for myself. Literally. And the epiphany for me was when I finally decided, I realized that, most people who go through hardships, especially when they've been married, perhaps have given up something that they used to do when they were single. That was certainly for me the case. So I was a gym junkie, right? Always in the gym, doing things, looking after myself. And over the years I'd given up, and I realized, oh, wow, my thing is the gym. And so I looked on my phone and I found a deal, Pure Gym, £9.99. And in writing, what I said to myself, I said, I can't afford that.
But you could.
And I realized, actually, I got into a really bad state where I couldn't afford £10 for myself, yet I would spend hundreds and thousands for everyone else. So the lesson I learned there was that I wasn't doing self-care. In fact, I was totally neglecting myself, totally. And that point was the junction, the turning point for me that this will never happen again. So absolutely. Tony Robbins says, it sometimes takes people to decide to do something, but once they decide, change can happen overnight. And that literally is what happened to me. I decided it's not going to be anymore. I bought that really expensive subscription of £10, right? I got in there and I struggled on the what they call it, the walking machine, whatever it is.
Elliptical.
Yeah.
Or the treadmill.
Yeah, treadmill, that's it. And that was a shift. So absolutely, that had to happen, Imran. It had to happen when I was looking after myself.